Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. We record these interviews so that potential buyers can learn more about the business and the seller to help them make an informed buying decision. If you would like to learn more about this business, including details like what type of business it is, how much revenue and profit it makes, and all of the assets included with the business, simply visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business's listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and in the description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. So without further ado, let's get into this interview. First up, let's learn a little bit about you. Can you tell us about your background in building and running online businesses?
Sure. Yeah. So the business started in about 2020, I believe, and our first products hit the market August of 2020. And yeah, ever since then, it's been fantastic. You know, we are in a niche where the vast majority of our products have 4.8 stars and above. So you get that nice 5-star review rating across the board. The lowest rating we have right now, I think, is around 4.7. We have SKUs with over 2,000 reviews, and, you know, our best seller has over 1,000 reviews as well. So we definitely have some trust within our customers in that regard. And the biggest motivation on business, obviously, was, and the biggest driving factor, I guess, for this particular brand was that we were able to identify, you know, a niche where there wasn't many products that were standing out in niche and had a clear and concise, you know, kind of competitive advantage. And, you know, that's kind of what we capitalized on. And we went horizontal with that kind of approach for this particular brand.
Why are you selling the business now instead of keeping it and growing it further?
So the reason that we're selling the brand is because I have myself stretched far too thin, because right now I have another brand that I started about a year and a half ago, which much more aligns with my passions and projects. And I'm also working on a SaaS tool that we're gearing up to pretty much jump into marketing right now for as well. So juggling three of those kind of endeavors is becoming increasingly difficult. And, you know, there's just so much room to grow this particular brand that I currently don't have the bandwidth to do. And it just came down to the other brand that I'm working on, and the SaaS tool mean a little bit more to me, obviously, than this brand, even though it was the first one that I kind of created.
Can you describe the amount and the type of work that you do on this business to maintain it?
It's very minimal work that I particularly do for this brand, maybe an hour a week. You know, the PPC is pretty much optimized. There's obviously keyword harvesting and, you know, different bells and whistles that you can kind of tune up each week. However, the time investment that is implemented into this particular brand is very, very minimal. Most of it is just restocking the shelves. And the reason that it is minimal is because I am not, you know, trying to push growth in this particular brand. I'm just kind of keeping it, maintaining it for the time being, and with the hopes, obviously, of selling it. As far as that work goes, it's very, very minimal. However, there is a ton of work to do within the brand if, you know, obviously the right buyer comes along and wants to take that kind of work on. But unfortunately, like I said, I don't have the bandwidth currently.
So if you were to keep this business, what are some of the ways you would try to grow it?
If I were to keep the business, there's a couple things that I would do for sure. And the first thing I would do is jump into product development. So I have kind of product board in Notion of 15 potential products that we could bring to the market. Now, of course, you would have to validate the market or do some surveys and stuff like that to make sure that these products make sense. However, I've already gone ahead and done a lot of the vetting for these products, and I definitely think that there's a market out there for these products. Now, that is obviously a reservoir of 15 products that I plan to bring to the market. I also have another one that is ready to kind of launch. Samples already done, turned out fantastic. However, I'm not going to launch that because I don't want to particularly launch any more products currently in the brand, because I want to keep it, you know, kind of optimized to where it is right now. But this product that I'm talking about has the potential to, you know, haul in some great revenue. Other ways that I would grow the business, obviously hop into the D2C kind of stuff. We don't do any Facebook ads, Instagram ads, don't do any social media. TikTok Shop isn't a thing. this is a brand that does very well during holidays and certain events. I haven't taken advantage of that nature, unfortunately. One thing that we also get contacted by other brands, if that makes sense, to sell our products as wholesale deals during certain times of the year without giving away too much. And that's something that you could take advantage of as well, because I didn't kind of jump on that bandwagon either. And like I said, I really just kind of maintained brand. So those are the things that I would do kind of starting off.
Right. And what would you say are the biggest risks with this business that buyers should be aware of?
As far as big risks go, I have found that in the past, some people have tried to copy our products. However, they have died off and they haven't done as well. We do a fantastic job with brand protection and, kind of keeping our copyrights and trademarks kind of tightly sealed. Other risks, I suppose, the nature of the beast, losing a supplier. However, it is a product that you could find a supplier for, I would imagine, pretty quick. I think the biggest thing is Chinese copycats for the most part. However, it was an issue about 2 years ago for a minute, but it hasn't been an issue at all since, because they all didn't make any money kind of selling the products that I've created, and they kind of dipped off.
How much support are you willing to offer the buyer who acquires this business?
I'm willing to give all the support that the buyer really requires. It's really up to the buyer. I'm on my computer every day, regardless, just kind of working. So if the buyer does need my help with any parts in the business, I'm more than happy to do so. It is fairly simple to maintain, to be honest, but I'm helped to bridge the gaps in knowledge anywhere I can.
Got it. And regarding the sale of the business, would you agree to a non-compete?
Yes, of course, I will commit to a non-compete. This is not a niche that I am particularly interested in anymore. Like I said, I have another brand in a completely different niche that aligns much more with my kind of interests and where I kind of see myself going forward. So I have no issues with signing a non-compete.
Are you open to negotiating something like an earn-out agreement?
No, I'm not, unfortunately, open to an earn-out payment structure. I would like the money upfront for the most part. Yeah, it's something I'm not really interested in.
Okay, final question. If you had to put yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why is your business a business worth buying?
I think this business is worth buying because it's really a business that has a lot of potential. Because if you go back over the years, there's a point where this business, it was hauling in around almost 400,000 USD in profit per year, right? And the simple optics of that were the nature of the products we were launching and how we were, optimizing the business. So the potential is really there, and we're selling this business for a fraction of, less than what we made in profit that 1 year. So it's just worth buying in that regard. And obviously there's several SKUs in the business that have, thousands and thousands of reviews, and they're all 5-star, right? So that's obviously also fantastic. And it's a brand or a business that is very easy to get creative with. There's one kind of unique selling point that we put on all of our products, and you'll see it if you are a vetted buyer. And you can kind of see how we are able to go horizontal with this kind of concept and build our products around customer avatars as opposed to bring products to the market. So that's why I would say it's worth buying. It's one of those brands it's worth adding to your portfolio, I guess, if you're, an aggregator or whatever the case may be, or it's your first kind of dip into the e-commerce industry, because it's very minimal work and it's very easy learning curve. And it's a profitable brand at the end of the day, right? So you should make your money back in no time. Now, granted, like I said, the only reason that I'm getting rid of it is because I don't want to stunt the growth of the brand. It's like one of those things. It's your baby. You don't want to, A, you don't want to give it away, and B, you kind of got to let it go to see it grow. So that's the point that I'm at. I definitely think it is a brand that is worth purchasing, and that is for the reasons that I just mentioned.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this business is still for sale, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you'll find everything you need to know about this business. So, thanks for joining us. See you next time.